This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, where I just do like a drop-in game or two, and then kind of just talk through what I'm doing, and also like talk a bit about my teammates. I'm not going to be too critical on like my teammates, but I might point out things, just like positioning things, just so like people know like do's and don'ts. And if you're wondering, qualification-wise, obviously like games played doesn't mean everything, because like you can play a ton of games and get in the top 100 and not be very good. But I am top 30 on Xbox for skaters, and I'm probably even higher for center. Um, I do have a lot of goals, but I also have a lot of assists, so I do pass. Points per game, anywhere between 3 and 4 is really good. 4 is like elite level. Um, but I also play defense. Like you can see my plus minus is pretty high, so I don't get scored on a lot compared to like how often I score, which is another good indicator. I'm not much of a hitter, but I do throw some compared to last year. My shooting percentage is pretty high, anywhere like higher 35 or like 40-ish% is good. I pass a lot, a lot. I do have quite a few giveaways, but that's generally normal for forward. As long as your takeaways and interceptions add up close or higher to your giveaways, then you're okay. Very good face-off. But anyway, so I am good at the game. And if you're wondering, like, oh, why would I take advice from a girl? I do understand the game. I've been playing hockey since I was a kid. I know how the game works pretty well. I'd say I'm actually better at video game hockey than real life. I suck in real life. I can't stick handle. Well, I can stick handle, but I can't do it without looking up or down to the puck. But we're just gonna play some drop in, you know, search for a game. I do have some notes here. So my first tip for like actually getting better at like any team-based game, and it doesn't even go just for NHL, like anything. And like people talk about this in Rocket League or whatever. Oh, I got a human goalie. That's cool. So, the first rule is definitely don't blame your teammates, okay? Like sometimes yes, your teammates might play bad and that might be part of the reason why you lost the game or the whole reason. You could be like the greatest player on earth and your teammates could have played bad, but like at the same time, it's a very toxic mentality and it can impede you from your own improvement. So the first thing you want to do is don't blame your teammates and start looking at yourself and what you could do to improve and do better. Because the only thing you can really control, especially in something like drop in where you're not playing with your friends, is the only thing you can really control is what you're doing. You can't control what other people do. But you can learn how to play around them, learn the pattern of what they're doing, and play around that pattern and support them the way that they need to be supported. Another good tip would be to, like, for instance, if I load in here and I see like on the other team there's like a max level, and a P5 or something, and I have like low level teammates. Like here, obviously we're outnumbered. We have a computer D, so I'm thinking immediately. I'm glad I'm running playmaker, because I have higher defensive stats than a sniper or a dangler, which is going to help me support my level 7 goalie, right? So that's the first thing I'm thinking. But if I load in and I see a bunch of high level players on the other team and I see I'm outnumbered, I don't quit the game. I don't do that. I don't fish for games that I feel like I can win. I play every game whether or not it's easy or difficult to play, because that way you're challenging yourself, and you're challenging yourself to see if you can win with players that might be newer to the game or may not be able to do everything on their own, right? Because it helps you improve. Challenging yourself is how you improve at anything. So that would be my second tip for improving is don't quit games. Don't quit games when you're in the middle of them, because there's always something to learn. even if you're losing 10 to 1, still something to learn. And the other thing is, you know, don't blame your teammates, right? So you can see our wingers, Silver 1, we had the computer D. The other team's unranked. See the Leaf fan there. It's a nice Kings jersey going on there. So my first thing with face-offs is tie up, but I see he's on his forehand, so I'm going to stick lift here, and I'm going to clear the right so that I'm open. I see that they have a player that's AFK. I'm going to try and get open at the back here. My teammate has a free goal. Here. Made a nice pass, and they backed up trying to cover me in the higher slot, right? So it's not just about like always scoring the goal. Sometimes playing off the puck and just like opening into certain positions draws players out. So I see there he falsed it on the face-off, so I go for a more basic face-off and just pull back. So my teammate's stick just broke, so I'm going to go back on D. I know I'm going to be last back. So I just try and force him to the outside. Make an easy save for my goalie. Curl back there, because I know that they're going to try and collapse on the half wall. My teammate goes for a crazy flip shot there. I have to sprint back because I kind of pushed forward a little bit too much. And they end up going offside.
There's the whistle as the play was offside. We're still in the early stages of this period.
Okay, so you can see already, I'm thinking, okay, my teammate loves to play offense. I haven't seen him on defense yet. The center I'm playing against isn't the strongest. He's trying to go for crazy stuff. I'm going to open up here. Teammate made a good pass. So there, I see the open ice on the far side, so I try and sprint skate up into it to get open. You gotta try and get as close to that far side post, or the near side post as possible, to make it hard for the goalie to save. And I know that I'm running close quarters, so... Okay, so I know that I'm gonna get a nice, hard, accurate shot there. Still not lined up for face-off. So I'm going to clear out to the side, and I'm going to just go for a shot because I see my teammates covered. I know it's going to be a save, but I'm just trying to keep my game simple. Sometimes I might like do some deets there on the zone entry or try and open something, but I'm going to try and keep my game as simple as possible here. So I see that there's open ice on the right, so I'm going to go down the boards. My teammate makes a weird pass there, with me open. I'm sure he probably didn't mean to do that. Sometimes if you're passing, it does get a little wonky if you point slightly towards me, but a little bit towards the bot. It might magnetize towards the computer. He goes for a crazy slap shot high. Hopefully my bot can turn. So I see there's open ice here, so I'm going to attack the open ice that I have. I'm going to make a deke. That's a good poke. So again, I'm supporting back because I know I have a computer D. So I'm not going to be up in the play, attacking all the time. I'm going to let my winger run around and attack. Right? I'm going to open up from my computer there. I'm not going to play high, I'm just going to play low. I'm going to deke left. I got destroyed. Trying to make a breakout pass. I'm injured, but he's going to break away. I'm just switching my camera there so I know what's going on, so I know not to push up. I'm going to crouch block in the lane. I probably could have attacked puck carrier, but I had to be wary of the one-timer. The guy in black is a lefty on the left side, right? And he's running 1-2. He's not going for the face-off. So that's a big deal. If you're not like going for the face-off, so the left, my winger there, that's kind of a lucky bounce. But my winger there, you can see that he's thinking, I want the puck, I need the puck, I'm going to chase puck. So in the neutral zone, when I had the puck, he's collapsing in on me, and And that doesn't make any sense. You need to go to the open areas
So
so you
critical
can
in
be a
today's
danger
game,
for a
and the
pass,
official
right?
ready to drop the puck right here. And they'll go the other way with it.
The Nighthawks have been playing great defensively. Their sticks are in the right position, but they need to make good on them. This game is awfully close.
Takes a bump, but still hangs on to the puck. The Icebreakers have it in the offensive end. A chance!
Okay, so there I know when I get the puck that he's gonna panic and try and hit me on the right. So I just stopped moving. I know that seems kind of weird, but there's certain reads where you just kind of know, like if you've played enough, you just kind of know like what the team might do. 'Cause your immediate response would be, oh, I need to turn left or right. So I know that he's going to try and get onto his forehand, so I'm trying to keep him on his backhand.
Near miss, James. You're trying to be accurate. You know how good the goaltenders are, and you just missed by a few inches.
So I'm doing my thing. I'm staying in the middle.
Takes the puck along the boards.
Trying to keep everything to the outside, right?
The Nighthawks looking against the half wall.
Try and stick lift this guy that's in the middle here.
Icebreakers have it now.
So the winger there, he's actually skating too far up. He's actually
Here on the attack.
sprint skating when he doesn't need to, and actually like putting himself in positions where he can get poked. He should have slowed down there, and he's got me wide open on the left. So he doesn't really need to make any sort of crazy play. He just needs to slow down and make a simple pass left, and then it's a 2-on-1 break. So just little stuff like that, where instead of making a complicated play, you could just make a really simple one. And like in goalie games like this, my main reaction when I'm on a breakaway is typically fake forehand and go backhand, unless the goalie is a higher level and can read your player's movements a little bit more. A lot of the time goalies, because close quarters is running rampant, like last year was worse, but this year it's still pretty good. A lot of players do shoot forehand, so if you can, you know, make a turn with your player towards the forehand side, they have to respect it. Yeah, see there, I should have deked right, and my brain went left. It's like, oh, I need to deke left, but really he's covering middle, and typically that's what players do in defense, they cover middle to force everything to the outside.
Here we go, middle frame now.
So
underway as the
I can
puck
see
rolls.
from that the opposing center does no face-offs. He's been false starting all game, and he just did a more advanced stick left face-off to counter my tie-up.
The Nighthawks needed that, Cheryl, and they seem to have
Or
some
to
life
counter
now.
my
Well, they've shortened the
stick lift.
deficit, and there's nothing better to
So I'm gonna try and go
get you
straight
back
back
in the
here,
game
because
than
I know
one
he was
goal.
stick
To put
lifting
themselves
now.
on their toes, but again, they're going to have an attack mentality if they want to get an equalizer.
I'm trying to get open in, wants to solo it.
And makes the routine
Uh,
save.
After we
Comes
get
the
back on
feed from the
defense.
goaltender. The Nighthawks gain the zone. Here's the pass. Fires it, and he makes the save with ease.
Open for the computer.
They've got a 2-on-1. And that rush is
So there I actually went too high up, and I noticed that
along the
a
half
little too
wall.
late. I should have been a little further back, because it would have been easier for my computer to make a pass. Computers are not very good at through passes. Anything that's a little higher level,
Oh, and the rush is
I thought that
stopped
my
offside
winger
the
was
call.
the other team for some reason. But again, he's skating way up into the play a lot. Right? He's
The
rushing
Nighthawks still
everything.
trail by a goal here, but they are back into this one, only down by one.
So I see I've got two players open on the right, so that's where I'm passing.
Thunderous hit check on the play.
Try. I'm gonna get open on the half wall. He doesn't want the pass.
Behind the net.
See, they're 3-on-1ing him now because they know he doesn't pass very much. And that's one of the issues that you're gonna have, is if you don't pass a lot, you're just gonna get covered. So I see him wide open in the middle there, so I make a pass.
What a fantastic sequence as she shows her athleticism.
If you have
tracking
teammates
the puck
open in
and
the
keeping
middle,
your eye
always
on
be
it.
watching. Keep one eye on
Both teams gliding into position,
your
the
own
officials
character
set to
and
drop the
one
puck.
eye on your teammates. 'Cause they're going to try and get open a lot.
Can they
Straight
take
back
advantage
in.
after winning that draw? Sensational save.
So you can see like he's making a lot of weird shots and he thinks that's going in because the goalie's cheating.
That should have been a goal.
And not much on that one.
I have to cut back here because I see they're gonna collapse.
Against the wall. There's the
So
whistle, and it's
as soon as I hit the puck off of the guy's foot, I try and recover there, and I know the guy in the dark is standing on the circle, and he's a lefty, so he's not going to be able to reach towards his left side, his right side very easily. So this time I try forehand.
She comes up clutch.
He was open, but he makes a good
game that really can save a game, James, because they switch the momentum. It could be the other way, but now it's in their favor.
And they take possession off the draw.
So I predicted he was going to go forehand there to counter, but he didn't. I'm going to go for a hit here because I see it's open. I'm going to go towards the boards to get open for the computer. I'm going to actually go back here because I see there's no play. I just got hit with the puck, so... And I'm a little embarrassed I didn't score on that, so I'm going to try and score my penalty shot if I get one.
Well, that's a secondary effort, James.
So I get a goal. So I see there that I don't quite have a shot. I could have shot immediately on my backhand, but I didn't want it to get panic saved. So I hold on to the puck there and try and open up another shot. That's a good pass. I'm gonna backskate here because I see an orange guy is like attacking me that one side. And actually creates an opening for my winger. Unfortunately, he shovels it right into my goalie, or their goalie. It's okay. So I know stick lift is dangerous, so I'm going to stay on my backhand and just go straight back. I'm going to try and get open. I'm still open. He's looking me off. That's a good shot, though. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to try and get open in the middle. And I know the goalie is sliding to my right, so I hold it, and then cut to the left and just shoot left side. And that's usually a pretty good move for like lower level goalie games, because their immediate reaction is I'm one-timing that puck. Of course, it is a good idea to one-time a lot of the time, but if you mix in different opportunities and moves, you will find that it does more often. So I'm blocking orange there. I'm open. Oh, I messed up. I'm going to recover and hip check. And my winger can... I'm going to stay middle. Cover. Blue guy. In between my computer and my winger. So I'm staying middle. He's pressuring. Good save. So I know he wants to cut to his forehand and shoot. So it's open. So I could have covered him better. I was worried about their sniper shooting, and I was in a decent position, a little too collapsed into towards my goalie, not my goalie, towards him to make an intercept.
They're going to need more than a spark to get back in this one, but it'll certainly start it off as a 2-goal deficit.
Okay,
is better than
so overall pretty good.
Well, there's the horn, and that means 2 periods down, and there's still a critical third to play. Looking forward to
I'm lining up hits and hip
is
checks
coming up.
that are open. So I'm trying not to go for too many hits because I find it pulls me out of position a lot of the time. That's a pretty good pass, honestly. I could have done better there though. I definitely could have been covering him and let the goalie take the shot. So yeah, we are doing pretty good. I actually don't have the scoreboard on, so this is the first time I've looked at it. We're winning 6-4. I have 5 goals on 7 shots and an assist. And I actually have less shots than my teammate, right? So it's all about picking which shots that you want, that you know might go in, and just seeing how the goalie plays too. It's a little different for goalies, but
puck
So
is
stick lift is still a
dropped
threat,
and
so
if
I'm
you love
going.
offense,
I'm gonna
well,
toe
stick
drag
around
here.
for this
Short
one.
side.
Cheryl, 40 minutes in the books now played. How do you view this one?
The Icebreakers are in the lead in the third period. It's
So
been
I
an
know my
entertaining
winger's
game
pushing
of
up, so
hockey,
I'm
but it's
trying
all
back.
about the offense and how much you can
Windmill
generate.
right.
Sky-high
Try and beat
numbers
him.
off the charts,
Makes a
but
nice
zero
move.
defensive metrics on
I'm
display.
staying back. I'm gonna walk blue line. Trying to get open.
Puck sent across
So
the
my
goal line.
teammate is starting to pass to me because he knows I give him the puck.
Oh, she's in it to win it,
Right?
James, and she makes a
That's how it
desperation
works.
save to keep her team alive.
And he loses control here.
I'm just staying back there in case my computer gets hit.
Comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net. Oh, amazing save. How did he stay out?
I have no
I'm
idea,
covering this
James.
guy.
We know she's athletic, but the desperation along
I actually
with
have a
the pace is
computer in the
only
net
thing that
now.
makes that
I
save.
think. It's a little bit unfair.
Rules of the game of hockey, one of them is you have to be aware of your surroundings.
More
You have
than
your
a
head
little
on
bit
a swivel.
unfair,
He
but
isn't, and he takes a huge
it is
hit.
what it is at this point, right? So for the rest of the game here, I'm just gonna go backhand because I don't think this center really understands the face-offs too well. Mechanics.
Oh, James, I thought he had it. He
Right.
was out, and he
You see
could
he's
have
high.
faced and moved the tender, but he got it himself.
I'm gonna try and
in a
attack
little
the left
too tight,
side
but he
because I
made
know
it.
that
And
he
man,
wants
what
to
a nice save.
go that
And we'll
way.
get a breather here with offside.
He actually ends up
call.
slowing down too much and going offside.
The Icebreakers have shown no signs of stopping putting pucks on net, and they lead it here in this third.
I'm gonna try and win the puck left here, so I have possession. And I see my winger's open, so I'm gonna snap the puck up to him. I'm gonna try and get open here, but he wants to go for a shot.
Making it look easy on the play.
So far nothing too dangerous against or for.
Get into position.
I'm gonna try and win it to my computer for a free shot. It's blocked. So I see I'm back and I'm pretty much alone because my computer's.
The Nighthawks play the puck from the back of the net. How did
It's a
he
really good
stop
save.
that one?
That's a fantastic save by the goaltender, but his team has to do a better job of protecting the
I'm
middle
gonna
of
try
the
and
ice. Those
like
high
rep
danger
him out on the
scoring chances
boards.
eventually go in.
And then I see my winger's open there, so I push it up
He's
towards
in
him.
alone.
I'm gonna get open behind him.
The Nighthawks move the puck in the defensive zone. All alone.
So I'm just forcing to the outside, right? Like, I don't cover him properly right away, but at least I forced him to the outside. I see blue is like attacking. I'm gonna stop up here. I'm trying to get an opening for a passive shot.
The Icebreakers
So
carried
yeah,
along
there it
the
is.
wall. From the
There's a
slot,
good
wrist
play.
shot, and she made a great read
So
on
I see
that stop.
two on my right that are rushing me, and I know that he's positioned a little too far to the left, so I win the right. Unfortunately, I've hit the post twice this
The
period.
Icebreakers are looking to protect the
That's
lead
okay.
here late in this third period as they have
Backhand
been
shot's not going to be
dominant
entirely
offensive club.
accurate unless you have beauty backhand on.
Off the draw,
So
they
he's
take
finally
possession.
realized that he's losing every face-off that he does go for, and won it on his forehand. So I will take note of that.
Got some momentum here.
I see he's a shot danger there, so I was trying to stay in the middle. I'm gonna go for a breakaway
The
here.
Icebreakers have the puck now.
I
And
deked right
loses
into him.
possession after a solid hit. The Nighthawks get a hold of the puck. And that play's neutralized.
Use puck here. I don't have to force anything right away. See my wingers open. He's trying to be too fancy there. He just has to pass back to me, and I have a breakaway. So I actually like went chasing for puck there. I shouldn't have.
Jordan's all over that save. I mean, he's dialed in and he recognizes where he has to be
I'm
at the
gonna open
right
for the
time.
computer. I'm open. He does recognize that. I see that I'm playing against the computer. I've hit the post 3 times.
There's the whistle as the puck goes out of play.
So I recognize that I'm playing against the computer, so he's probably not going to go chasing for hit. So I try and use my speed instead, right? I'm going to tie up here. He actually ties me up, and my winger's surprised. Going for Michigan while it's I'm going to open up on the right side here.
Trying a nifty move when you have good hands. Sometimes it works, sometimes you get denied, and that's what happened
Bridge,
there.
take a shot.
By the goaltender getting a piece of that one.
I have my back turned in the play because I'm trying to force someone to come after me. But I ended up turning right into him. So I try and force that back behind the
The
net.
Icebreakers will play the puck from behind the net.
My winger called for the puck.
Icing is the call. We'll get a reset.
But it ices. So I know that the center has been mixing up his plays, so I'm going to try and mix up mine. So I'm going to go for a stick lift here. He's not lying. I'm going to call for it because you see my wingers covered. And that's the game.
Well, it's a glorious debut in the
I'm going to pause the stream, and then I'm going to resume the second game, and then I'm probably going to leave that off here.
That moment to be able to execute it certainly feels great.
Actually, real quick, before I go, I'm just going into the player summary real quick. Obviously, I had a really good offensive game. I scored 5 goals, and I did set up my teammate. I was passing to my teammate, but unfortunately he shot 7%. But yeah, he had 14 shots, so I'm not hogging the puck. I'm not taking all the shots, right? I'm making sure my teammate gets shots, especially if they're like open, right? We both passed, which is good. I played good defense. I had some giveaways, but I also did takeaways and interceptions, right? And of course, 88% face off because I was playing against a center that doesn't really know what he's doing. But yeah, 100 offense, 100 team play. Defense was 65, but I thought I'd played a little bit better than 65. Probably the giveaways, but I was playing a little bit weird. I kept deking into my opponents. Okay. All right, I'm gonna resume it. Got some more teammates here. I have a lower level defenseman. He's talking in game chat. Unfortunately, you know, I'm doing this right now, so I'm just gonna stay by myself. The winger I played with last game, he wanted to play with me again. He readied up, but usually what I do for drop-in to get a wide range of players and ensure a good variety is I leave and then research a new game. Like unless I know that like I have good chemistry with my teammates, I'm probably just going to move on. So another good tip, obviously my defenseman, he's low level, but at least he's using a build that is pretty good at like defense. I see he's 6'4", 220, which is pretty big for threes, so he's going to be slower. So I'm probably going to use a 5'7", 160. Yeah, so we're both running Playmaker here, so I'm going to try and switch to my Dangler with close quarters. I get it at the last second. So I'm going to use a more like shooting-oriented build. It's going to be the same speed, and the defense stats are going to be like slightly lower, but I'm using a defense awareness boost, which I like to do for my Danglers and my snipers sometimes. Most of the time I do run either a Playmaker or a Dangler because of the way that I play. I'm not going to get like too in-depth about like loadouts and stuff, but usually you want to pick a build that suits your playstyle. Like, for instance, I see a lot of players running Danglers and don't actually use the buttons. So what you're doing in that sense is you're saying, I just want to use a build that sounds cool. I just want to use something that says Dangler on it because it's cool. Which is fine, you know, everyone has their own way. But if you want to like really optimize what you're doing, running a Dangler is not the way to go. Because all a Dangler is a Playmaker with less defensive awareness and defensive stats for a higher DQ stat, right?
The icebreakers when the opening
So like unless you're DQing a lot, it's not really. So I see the D's pushed up, so I'm gonna stay back.
Great opportunity there.
I'm still staying back, the D's pushed up. So I have space here at the puck. I see the wingers open, so
And he takes a shot.
I'm open, shoot for rebound.
Receives the pass.
I have to cover this guy on the left side, and I see he makes a cut.
Oh, what a save in front.
Wagner's dialed in
I didn't get
and
the puck
anticipating the
right
play,
away,
so
but I did get
effectively
lucky.
making a huge save from a dangerous spot on the ice.
I'm gonna do a pickup here and then try and go back.
Marner's got it along the
Go
wing.
back.
Oh, he gives up the body on that.
So my D is playing offense. He's
And he
pushed
takes
up
the
way too
pass.
far,
Oh, this looks dangerous. And he can't get the
but
shot
you can
off
see
as
that
he
I'm
ran out of real
aware of
estate
that,
there.
and I'm trying to recover for him.
And
So
great
even
hustle
here,
to
like,
come up with the
I'm not
puck.
gonna push up all the
And
way.
he came up with a solid stop on that play. Slides it
So
across
see, he
to
actually stayed
Cap.
back there.
The icebreakers have a hold of it in the defensive zone.
Go right.
Through the open ice, they're picking up
He's in the
steam.
way.
Takes it out of the offensive zone and back to center.
Out of the
Here's a
zone.
short pass to
Fine.
Tanti.
So he's lower level, right? So he's just learning the game.
And that's intercepted by Ovechkin. The Nighthawks play
So I know he's got Heat Seeker and he wants to cut middle and shoot. So I try and stay in the shooting lane there. The D should be passing there a little early, but he holds on to it. He has to get around the computer first. But all he needs to do is use the puck protect and then pass up.
We're
Right?
still scoreless.
So I'm gonna tie up again here. So the center is good. He understands how to counter.
Fires it on net.
Back.
Oh, and it stays out. He
And
got
the
a
half
piece
wall
of that
open.
one.
It's a great pass.
Saves from the place 99 made famous.
So I'm more open there. The other team is all collapsed into the middle of the ice and I'm wide open at the point. That should definitely be a pass to me. So I'm gonna slow the play down.
Moves it to Tanti.
My winger is
Here's
a
a
little too
shot.
close to me,
Turned
but
it
it's just
aside with
it's
a
fine.
glove. And he puts it into his
And
own
they
net.
so that's another thing.
How surprised do you think
I
the
was gonna mention
goaltender is?
last
He
game.
just spins around and tries to clear the puck and he fires it past the tender.
When the computers have the puck, it's not always a good thing to be spamming the right field trying to get
It
the
was a
puck
long
back.
time coming here, James, as both
A
teams
lot of the time what
exchange chances,
happens
and they're the first
is
one to capitalize.
Kick it along the wall by
icing.
Martin.
I see no icing, so
Lines
I
up
can
his opponent perfectly with the hit check. And a solid save there as we play on.
try and be close support from my winger here.
And he takes the
He's
dish.
open, so I can't step.
Poked away and forces
Winger
the
actually
turnover
should have
to
taken the
center.
ice on the right side instead of trying to clear the
Moves
front.
it to the middle. And that's stopped.
It's-
There's the whistle as the puck
Yeah,
stopper
so
elects to
there in
hang
that
on.
one-on-one situation, if I had the puck right there, I wouldn't have cut in
The
front of the
Icebreakers have been
defenseman,
rewarded with the
especially
lead here
computer
late in this
defenseman.
first
They're
period
pretty
with
smart.
all the shots they put on net.
You're likely to get poked there, basically. So I see he's stick
Farmer's
lifting
won
a
the
lot, so
draw.
I'm
Her
gonna trade
squad
right
will
now.
go to work.
Because I know that
Moves the puck.
I'm getting countered.
Sends
I
it
see
over
that
to...
there's
Oh,
a hit,
what
so
a
I don't
chance
force the
here!
play up. I pass. I try to
Passes
pass.
it over. Clogs the lane and
I was actually surprised I got a pass there.
tremendous hip check on the play. Skate onto it, skate! Boyd skates to the crease. Comes up with the stop. The Icebreakers will play it in their own end.
So I actually drew a penalty there because he thought I was getting the puck.
There's the
goalie.
whistle, and here comes the penalty shot.
Another thing I just realized is, for the memes, and my friend, I've been playing as a right-handed player, so this is
Marner's
gonna go
ready for the penalty shot. Takes a shot. She scores.
yeah, that's why I'm using the backhand on this, because my deking isn't quite good enough as a righty to open up that shot all the way.
The Icebreakers have to be feeling good about their game after what we've seen for the better part of this opening frame here, Cheryl.
Yeah, they doubled down and got their second
Straight
goal
back.
here, James. They
My D
really
is pretty
pressed
aggressive
and
on the
loved
stuff.
their tempo. And when I was an athlete, I
See
didn't really like
wingers
the intermission
open,
at
so
this
it's trying
time.
to
You're
head
on all cylinders here. Everyone's firing, and now you got to go sit.
So-
It's coach's job.
so far,
leadership in
pretty
the
good,
room to keep
you
them
know.
fired up for the second.
I'm not caught up in the play. I'm supporting my defenseman, right? Like, you can get on the mic and say, like, hey, dude, like, you're up in the play too much, you know? Like, I'm always playing defense. But sometimes you can't really do anything about it. He's just learning the game. So, like, you never know who you're playing with, too. That's the other thing I was telling my friend yesterday. Is that you never know who you're playing with. You could be playing with someone that's younger. You could be playing with someone that's even a little bit older and is just learning how to play video games for the first time. You never know who you're talking to or who you're playing with. So you can see, like, from the stats, we're doing well as a team. Another good way to tell if you're playing good defense is where your opponent's shots are placed to. So we have two that are like really close to the inner slot, but not quite. So that's good.
And we are
On
just
the other
moments
side,
away from the
we
start
had
of
plenty
period number
shots in the inner
2.
slot. So we're generating more chances than the other team, and we're playing well. I see
The
false
second
start there.
stanza is
Straight back.
underway as the puck is dropped. Let's go. Well, Cheryl, how do you sum
have
this
a
one up through the
now.
first 20 minutes?
The Icebreakers are up by 2 to
back.
start the second
My
period.
team
And
likes
you know what
to
the coach
push up.
said in the intermission? Keep doing what you're doing. They have the majority
Staying
of the
middle.
shots through to the net. They've got that shooting mentality, and they're playing with their
Staying in the
instincts.
shooting lane.
Quick pass across to Tanti. Sends a pass over. Oh, what a blocker stop by Lehman.
Trying to open up for my
And a
winger.
stick in the lane ends that threat. Stick feed. And sends it
So
just
there, I
right.
know he's calling for
Oh,
puck,
and a miss
so I try and
fires. That goes
stand
right
right
out of the
like
zone.
near where he's gonna
got
pick
a
up.
step. Oh, Dummiez above the play.
And this is a great play by the tender to anticipate and get across. to make
So
that
there, my def actually faked me out. I thought for sure he was gonna stay back for once and let me play forward, but he still pushes out too far.
Trying to gain a step.
He makes a good pass there.
Stones him on the
breakaway.
breakaway.
So there he went too wide and actually like. my
Here
def-
comes the penalty shot.
So the reason I didn't pass to him is because he's covered. He thinks he's open for a shot there and
He
skates
takes
into
it
the middle
deep
hard and
left at
hits
center
someone.
ice. It's go time here. Oh, it goes right up the post.
So there, all I'm waiting for is him to get open. I could pass to my winger there, but I see coverage is kind of tight to him, and I have space with the puck. So I just kind of held on to it, waiting for a play.
Center's all tied up in the draw.
I get a deep right here.
Across the line from center. Circles back to center ice. Here's a shot. Denies him with a save. Puck is frozen and we'll get a face-off.
So right now, what I'm thinking is our offense isn't going to mind blowing. We're probably not going to score 6 goals this game. So defense is a priority. So
they win the draw.
my mind is already on trying to shut down the other team rather than scoring goals. I'm going to try and give it to the team. Try and get some.
And he elects to play the puck. The Nighthawks move it in.
Pushed up too far again, so I'm forcing outside.
Grabs possession of the puck.
I know he's got goal defense there, so he might want long range shot.
Stoppage and play. Here comes a penalty shot.
Oh, is that a trip? So my D was spam calling for the pass there, which is another reason why you don't hit the trigger multiple
All
times,
eyes here at center.
especially when you're calling for computers. You never know when you're
Makes
going
the
to get it to you.
stop under pressure.
A lot of the time, when you're wide open and you call
Past
for
the
a pass, they
halfway
pass it
mark
to
of
you
this
and then you just
period,
end up throwing
and
it.
it's a comfortable 2-0 lead
So
we're
you really
looking
want
at
to try
right
to
now.
limit how many times you actually call for a pass. Because you can see my D actually just
Play
threw the
resumes
puck
here as he
away.
wins the draw inside the offensive zone. The Nighthawks ready to go on the attack. Offside the call. We'll get a face
So I'm
off
not
coming up.
like entirely open there. There is a risk of maybe
Both
hitting the
teams are
net
set. They're
or
ready
our
to drop the
goalie.
puck.
But if he held on to it for another little bit, I would have been pretty open.
The Icebreakers win the
Go
face off
straight
at
back
center.
to stick lift.
Mariners gain the line and on the attack. Here's a chance. Waffle
The winger was
point
open
by
for a
Wyman.
one-timer there.
This is just great puck control to put the puck to the corner.
I see the wingers open. Back to first.
Three in a row, and they're coming now.
Well, they certainly are. 3 in a row.
If I see that he's covered there, my eye isn't on my player there. And my muscle memory tells me that I need to pull the puck to my backhand up that lane. Changes the angle a little bit. And I find stick nailing through
The
the passes
Icebreakers
does
have been moving and grooving all night long, and we're only in the second period here, Bounder.
Well, they're finding a way to get the
So
puck,
yeah, I
and
see
that's
that he's
because they're
open
retrieving it,
there.
but when they
That
get
is a
it,
pretty
they're
high-level
keeping it.
pass.
They're not letting anyone
If you
have
can't
it,
make
and
that,
the
there is
motion in the
open ice.
offensive zone has been
Net.
incredible, and the score
Shot.
as a result.
The Nighthawks have it against
The
wall.
winger there is probably mad at me because I'm not pushing net,
Race for the puck.
but
We've got icing
I
on the
can't
play.
push
Face-off coming up.
reliably. Because if I push forward, my D might step in
The
to play.
Icebreakers have to be feeling good about themselves here in the late stages of this second period as they continue to
So
lead
I'm
big.
being very cautious and mindful of what I'm
And a
doing.
good read to get possession.
can see there,
and
my-
we've got
my
ourselves
pushes
a
up.
penalty shot coming up here.
So again, you can't really control
Here he
what
goes
he's
on the
doing.
penalty
He's
shot.
new to the game, he's learning. And he won't always be playing this way.
Hit the post.
And there's a lot of pressure on a penalty shot. You know what's in front of you.
But if you are to
really
give
your
someone
team a lot of
advice, you want to be
momentum,
kind.
and just didn't find the back
You
of
want
the
to say
net.
like, oh, you're crap, you're bad at the game, get off the game. Right? So it's a toxic mindset.
Well, that's one way to win the draw as he skates away with the puck after the two centers were tied up.
Oh, I'm open for a drop pass there.
He delivered
Or he's
that
trying to sprint skate
perfect
around a little too much.
to his teammate.
Cover the middle, the cross crease. I'm gonna call for this one.
Marner's got it in the defensive end.
See the wingers open there. He's got space in the right. That's for deep.
Oh, and this is a
So
great
that's a
save.
pretty good
You can see
move.
this
The
one-on-one
only thing
battle,
I
and
saw
the
wrong
goaltender
is
is
he shot a
so
little too
dialed
hard.
in,
So
tracking and
instead of
makes that
reaching
save.
around the goalie, he's pushing it into the goalie's pad.
Loose puck and they're off to
But
the
he's
races.
actually, but he's actually in their zone, which is funny.
There's the horn bringing period number 2 to an end. 40 minutes down, 20 to go.
But
Third
yeah,
period
so I've been
action
talking a
is
lot about
coming
like
up.
passing, positioning, and like defense. but I haven't talked a lot about scoring. Scoring against computer goalies. They made it a little more difficult this year. It's not like the puck's not always going to go in the net. But if you watch how the goalies play and understand how they're programmed, how the game operates, you can kind of understand what goes in the net and what doesn't. So last year was all about backhand, forehand, reaching around the goalie and shooting. This year, backhand, forehand doesn't go in as reliably unless you use a stride deke with it. So what I like to do is I like to go backhand. So you can see on my penalty shot, I went backhand. Now normally I play as a lefty, so this is a little bit weird, but I still scored. Probably because I'm running a backhand accuracy boost. But at the same time, backhand is definitely the way to go this year for breakaways. So yeah, just again, I know that my opposing center is mixing in tie-ups now and stick lifts. So I am now mixing up my face-off strategy to try and counter him.
Ozone face-off, James. Critical time to gain possession.
It's a 2-on-1.
Is pushed up too far. So again, I cover cross crease. And I'm gonna cover the inside of the ice. I actually do land a hit. It's not very strong. So there, my thought process is I could pass, but I know that I'm gonna have an accurate enough deacon shot to score if I do it properly. And I also saw that my winger, he's too close to the goalie. So if I do pass and he shoots, it's actually going to shoot into the goalie's goal. If he goes a little further to the right, towards the far post, then there's a higher chance of it going in. So I actually tried to go into that passing, but I was being kind of cautious. Pushes up too far, so I make a good breaking pass, and he makes a good move, and it's in the net. So the other team's rage quitting. It's 21-9. It's 5-0. And that's the game. So, as you can see, the way that I play, the method that I use does work. Obviously, these are lower level games. So if you're playing a higher level game, you might have to play a little bit more aggressive. But again, you can afford to play more aggressive if your defenseman knows what he's doing a little bit better and is more back, right? If he's constantly up in the play, pushing up, trying to play offense, then you have to kind of support that and play a little bit more passive. So I'm going to look at the player summary again. Hopefully I controlled my giveaways a little bit better. So yeah, I had the highest ratings in the game, 90 offense, 70 defense, 75 team play. I scored both shots I took. Just 2 breakaways, right? Just 2 simple backhand moves. Well, the second one was pretty simple. It was just a forehand backhand, but the first one was a little more advanced. So yeah, you can see 16 passes at 94%. So I'm picking my lanes really well. I only had 2 giveaways, the lowest in the game. Besides their lefty who quit. 2 takeaways, 4 interceptions. So I just played a really solid all-around game. I contributed to the offense really well. I had 4 points while still playing stellar defense. I threw a couple hits. I made lots of passes. So, that is proof that you can contribute to the offense without always having the puck. You might be the best player in the game, but if I just ran around trying to play offense all game there and only tried to score goals by myself, I would have lost the game. Right? Because I'm not playing the right way. I'm not supporting my teammates. Right? Like if you try and do it all yourself, a lot of the time what'll happen is the other team will just shut you down. And there'll be no opportunities for you to do anything. Alright, so that's the end of this episode, I think. There's the right-handed player doing some weird chicken dance with his little T-Rex arms. Um, yeah, uh, I hope to do this again. I think this would be an interesting series to just do every once in a while. I think I touched on most of the basics here, and see you again.